Hello, my name is Ralph Bremerman, and 4 weeks ago, my wife and I were close to completing our tour with Cosmos called 7 Countries, Venice and Paris with London, which was April 24th through May 5th. And today I want to share my review with you in case you are considering using Cosmos Travel, who are part of the Globus family. I will tell you at the start that you may want to consider taking a Globus tour, which will cost more, but it may be worth it. I'll try to give the positives and negatives and then give you my summary recommendation to be fair. We wanted 2 extra days in London, so we did 11 days instead of 9. My wife Ava and I flew into London from Philadelphia around 6:30 a.m. or so, local time, on British Airways. We loved that airline. The food was good and the attendants were so polite. Once we collected our bags, a Cosmos representative dressed in red greeted us in the airport. We got to our hotel after just a few minutes at Novotel in London West End. The trip started out well, except that the air conditioning was not that good. They did give me a fan, which was helpful. It is good we came in the spring. West London was nice to walk around in. We enjoyed one of the local cafes nearby. For dinner, we decided to get food at the hotel. We ordered fish and chips. Quite disappointing. The fish had no salt on them. Don't ask me to explain that. We slept pretty well at night. Day 2. At this point, I will mention highlights and let-me-downs. In this trip with Cosmos, there was quite a bit of both. Still in London, a let-me-down was not getting to go and get off the bus during our excursion in downtown London, except for St. Paul's Dome. That was a highlight. What soured the excursion was the marathon that Sunday that blocked our way. Another highlight for us was worshiping at Christ Church in Kensington that evening. Day 3. The train to Brussels was really nice and fast. Seeing downtown Brussels was a highlight. Taking our luggage from the bus to the hotel was a major let-me-down because the hotel was under construction. The hotel was Moxie Center City. By the way, I did eat a Belgian waffle in Belgium, and I made mini Belgian waffles for breakfast. Day 4. Walking in Germany in some towns on the Rhine, like Poppard and the River Cruise, were both highlights. Major big-time let-me-down was Mercury Hotel Frankfurt Eschborn Ost. Don't know if I pronounced that correctly. The dinner was awful, and the hotel had bed bugs. And the hotel clerks were very rude. Day 5. Rothenburg, Germany was a highlight. Seeing Innsbruck, Austria was one of the major highlights. What a beautiful mountain city. Let-me-downs was an employee right after a dinner. She told another employee at the hotel to rope off the kitchen while we were all trying to get coffee. They treated us like dirt. Also, the breakfast was not very good. The name of that hotel was Bone Alpina. Day 6, Venice. We'd already been there 3 years ago, but it is worth visiting once. A let-me-down for us was that there was no place to sit down, and my wife said that Venice smells damp and moldy. Also, the people watching over St. Paul's Church are very, very rude. The dinner at our hotel was not very good. I don't think the breakfast was very good either, in my opinion. The name of that hotel is Papi Via Romea, right outside of Venice. Day 7, Lucerne, Switzerland. This was really the highlight, the main highlight of the trip. We really enjoyed our time here, and it is a beautiful city. It was a great place to walk around. A low light was the Hotel Ibis Queens not giving me a fan. The air conditioning wasn't very good. Day 8. The real highlight was taking the gondola to the top of Mount Strasserhorn. Have I ever seen anything so magnificent? I don't think so. We were in Dijon, France that evening. A highlight was eating some good Chinese food we bought near the hotel. Dijon was a middle light. It was almost a highlight. I enjoyed seeing the train go by. Day 9. We arrived in Paris and saw Notre Dame from the outside. I ate a great cheese and ham sandwich there. We did a brief walking tour and had a nice but tiring tour of Paris on the bus. A big highlight for me was being able to take a picture in front of the Eiffel Tower. My wife was so tired she didn't want to get off the bus. Our afternoon in Paris was a highlight for me. Big letdowns were that we just did not get enough time in Paris, and the hotel was far away from the attractions, and also they did not have a fan for me. Europe does not have good air conditioning, apparently. Thankfully, it was not summer yet. Day 10, our last day in London before leaving to go home. This day was a highlight, and we were able to unwind. We were in the same hotel as at the beginning of our trip, and is our favorite hotel of any on the tour. Day 11, highlight was the London shop at the airport, where we were able to buy London t-shirts and magnets, and we met a lovely couple before departing home. Key takeaways. We visited 7 countries in 11 days. It was quite ambitious. However, it was way too much time on a tour bus. Way too much time. Also, having to pack up our luggage every morning, except for our first 2 days in London, was really overwhelmingly terrible. Wow, it was a lot to keep up with. Those are big negatives for me. Second negative, except for London and the Slurn, to some degree, we did not spend enough time in most places, especially Brussels, Innsbruck, and definitely not enough time in Paris. We will probably try to go back to London and Paris, but I'm satisfied with what I saw for the most part everywhere else. The bottom line is, even though the people from Cosmos in London are wonderful people, I can't recommend using Cosmos for a European tour based on what we experienced. What am I thankful for? Seeing so many wonderful things. Beautiful mountains and soaking up the experience of walking the streets of Brussels, Germany, Austria, Switzerland, France, and London. My favorite place is London, and strongly desire to go back to see what we missed the first time. Also, we met some great people who were on the tour with us, and our tour director, Jort, was excellent. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this review, please hit the subscribe button below. Be sure to check out my other music videos and podcasts on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube.